Hey everyone, my name is Deepak, and in today's video I'm going to talk about list comprehension. And so to begin with demonstrating what a list comprehension is, I am going to first go with the basics. First of all, let's know what a list is. A list is a one kind of a data structure in Python where we can store multiple values inside the same variable. How to create it? Let's create a variable called data, and I'm going to assign some values. The values can be integers, can be string, it can be floats, or anything. This you can have anything inside a list. So this is the list which have four values, and the name of the list is data. Now let's print the values, the contents inside of this list. Let's use the print statement, and inside the print statement type data, the name of the list variable here. I'm going to come over the terminal and execute this code using Python interpreter, Python, then the name of the file, which is listcomprehension.py, and enter. So sorry, I haven't saved this file yet. Let's save it, then try to execute it again. As you can see, all the things I have just put inside this list is here. Now let's proceed further. What can we do with the list? Because this video is not about list, I'm not going to go deeper about list in this thing. If you want a video on lists or any data structure of Python, you can request me on the comment section below. Now let's proceed further. Let's iterate it. So we can iterate this list using a for loop. Let's say for I in data. So iteration means is it will go through each and every element of this list and transfer every element while the loop is running. So from the beginning, it will transfer 25 from data and into this I variable, which I'm going to show inside this print statement. I'm going to save it and run it. So as you can see, every time the loop runs, each and every element comes from the data variable to inside of the I variable, and it gets printed inside the loop. Now let's get to the main part, list comprehension. What list comprehension does is it combines everything I've did here in two lines into one. So for example, let me tell you what a list comprehension is. A list comprehension is a type of a list where we can combine conditions and loops in a single statement and create a new list from them. Now to understand why a list comprehension is needed, I am going to give you a demonstration. Let's create a variable again called data and put some numbers in it. I'm going to go with integer values. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply each element inside this list with 2 and display the end result. For this I'm going to use for loop. And inside print statement I'm going to multiply. I'm going to put this expression, which is x into 2. What it will do is it will iterate through each element and transfer it to x. Inside this print statement, each element inside x will be multiplied and displayed inside of the console which I have opened here. So let's save this file and see the end result. Now you can see the end result, that each element has been multiplied by 2 and the end result has been shown here. Sorry with the English, I'm not very good on it, sorry. Let's create this console out and let's see why list comprehension is needed for this job. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to delete this thing. Let's say I'm going to create a new list which will consist values that are multiplied from each element of this list. New data, the name of the variable. Now let's create a third bracket. The first thing is the expression. The expression is x into 2. That means x is the variable which I'm going to use in for loop. After the space, I'm going to go with for, then x in data. Okay, so what it will do is it will each element inside this data list and transfer it to x. After that, it will be multiplied with 2 and transferred as a new list inside this new data variable, all in one line. Things I previously did can be done in a single line. That is the power of list comprehension. So let's save this file. Now print the new data, the value of the new data variable here. Save this, execute the code. As you can see, I have created a new list which is multiplication of all the old elements inside the data list. Okay, this is one of example. Now, or what we can do is we can also use if statements inside this comprehension. So we can also check each and every element using if. For the example of if, I'm going to go with a checking of even numbers. In this thing, I'm going to go through all the elements of the data variable and check and create a new list of the elements which are even numbers. To do that, I'm going to first create a for loop. So for x in data, then inside, sorry, I've just forgot to create a new list, empty list of even numbers. So I'm going to go with even numbers. I'm going to create an empty list called even, and inside this even list I'm going to store all the even numbers. So for x in data, now inside this I'm going to go with if x modulus 2 equals to 0. This condition will check if the values inside x is an even number, and if it is, it will going to append even dot append the values of x. Now let's see the out result. Let's get out, print the values inside even list. Save the file, execute it. Now as you can see, only 36 is even number inside in all these elements. This code which I have created in 4 lines can be converted into 1 line using list comprehension. Let's remove this code, then use a comprehension. Now I'm going to go with even. This is a new list variable, and inside the third bracket I'm going to go with x for x in data space. Now if condition, if x modulus 2 equals to 0. So 4 lines of code inside a single line. Now let's print the even variable here. Same result. So this is an example. This is a simple example I've just given you to make you understand what is a list comprehension, how can you use it in your day-to-day tasks, and that's it. If this video helps you in any way, please press the like button and subscribe me for more videos to come.